All right, everyone. Welcome back to the Heatwave event hosted by Wave League. I am your host. It's Bubble Tea, but since we're such good friends, you can call me T. And I am so excited to be here today casting with my good friend Hamura. We're watching Votum v Origin here in the semifinals. Hamura, how are you feeling about the matchup between these two teams?
Well, I am looking forward to this one because, as we see now, we've got a really quick chase going on, and we've got Chad on the Legion on the Dead Dog 2. I'm expecting Orange got to be careful because I've seen many times about where like good teams have like gotten free gens, but they are getting their gen pressure going here. As you see, both Renato and the Ace on separate gens, and there's a Sin being chased now, but can't tell who Chad's actually going for. It does look like he's going after Devour, however. And he's going to hopefully get it down soon. Also, I just realized we're running Dark Devotion on Legion. That's a very interesting perk. Do you think it's gonna come in handy in this match, T?
I don't know. It is an interesting perk to be running here. It's always nice to see perks that you're not expecting so much, so it will be nice to see how that plays out. But in the meantime, it looks like this product is going down. We do appear to be having a little bit of lag in audio from the game to us, which is just DVD spectate mode being DVD spectate mode. I apologize for that. But we will soldier on.
Yeah, there's so many goddamn bugs with the spectator mode. It's like, you just expect to at this point. Audio issues, visual bugs, like when you switch to Legion after he's used power, you'll still have like a POV hands. But we do see Chad do pick up a chase on Baron, and he is in a very bad spot here on edge map. And we're gonna kick the gen for Eruption first. And oh wait, no, Baron got lots of distance. Maybe that was a possible like overcome instead. Maybe I just didn't see him like just book it. Oh, it's not. Damn, he must have just pre-ran. I expected it to have got free down. We do see Devour being chased. Well, we might be going for this tunnel angle here. And it looks like Chad's going for some type of, he's going for some crazy mind games here. And he's got to get it down quick, or else that Baron's gen's going to get done very soon. And we should see Shaq being, yep, there goes Shaq, and no power to break that with. And he's going to drop chase, and there goes one gen. We see a second one popping anytime soon, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Survivor's definitely making the most of that long chase with Claude. Looks like we were going to go for that tunnel out, but just, at some point you've got to leave and find something else to do. And it looks like, unfortunately, this Renato is the thing we're finding to do here. Going to be heading back towards Main Street and see how long we can make this chase last.
Well, there goes that second gen, and usually out of makes the pallet does pre-drop it, or does vault the pallet. That's unlucky for out of there, but also unlucky for Chad because that Eruption gen did in fact get popped, so no value from that. And it's going to greed a bit for one of those pain res, which it's going to need because the pressure is on the Survivor side here. We do see another gen almost done, but that pain resonance is going to come in mighty handy here.
We have another one almost done, and then another one just behind that. So Survivor's really out here doing the job, getting the gens done as they should. Meanwhile, Chad Knight firmly in pursuit of the Claude again.
Yeah, he's got to be very careful with this because with how good the gen progress is. Because like Origin is doing really well at keeping up with these gens, and he's got to get someone like out. He's got to try and get Devour out of this game like as soon as possible. Else this game might just be over because that's a third gen being popped. But one thing I am sort of noticing is they are sort of in the same area, but cheeky little head on there. Who was that? Oh, Sin, the cheeky little head on there. But this might, unless it's like a really good fastball here. Nope, doesn't even matter with fastball. That is the down. Procking the Dark Devotion too, but it should be a hook. He's got to probably go for a pain res here to get, hit one of those gens. But they are all on one side map somewhat in a way. But I don't think it's like that bad of a free gen here if they do the furthest gen.
Yeah, that does seem to be the case. It isn't quite a 3-gen, but it's kind of a loose 3-gen. Everything, or 4-gen, everything is on this half of the map, as you were saying, which is going to make getting them done monumentally harder. especially with the way Legion's able to move around the map, but these survivors have just been doing so well. But Outer is gonna go down here.
That is rather unfortunate, but I do believe, that is another gen. That is actually one of the middle gen, so yeah, no chance of that free gen, I believe, because we've got Water Tower still left, so those gens are, well, in a row, they are still very far. Like, if you pressure both those far gens, Shadows is in a really tough spot here. It's going to need to play extremely well to even really get much more of a chance here, but isn't going to chase those two people. Probably going to pressure the hook, but that is a perfect unhook taken there from Sin, but it's probably going to take the tunnel out here, but probably not going to amount too much. And nice body block, but is there a flashbang nearby though, is my question.
I don't know. It appears not, and unfortunately, that is our dear friend Outer being sent back to the campfire. And now the survivors have it all to do. Again, they still have a ton of great pressure on these gens here, but you know, the 3v1 is always going to be a lot more favorable towards the killer side, so I wouldn't count Chad Knight out yet.
Yeah, you do make a good point. Plus, Chad Knight has been playing well, but it is going to be a little bit tough, even with Eruption, to kind of pressure both those far gens, because even with Legion's extra speed, he has to go really far away to get to that gen, and that just leaves room for them to just get it done. And with the obsession is not deading. I mean, I just always spoke too quickly. But we do see going for Devour this time. Probably going to try and get them out of the game, but does know someone else is lurking nearby back here. Maybe going to find them, and
oh yeah,
communication and Barbarian did in fact pre-run due to presumably some call-outs there from Devour saying that he's going to be leaving. And he's going to take the M2 and probably going to, check where Sin is on. And it could very well be on, like, maybe 50 with that time being spent there. And Sin is forced onto this pretty bad 50-50 pallet, and let's see if Sin's going to be a 50-50 god or not. It seems not the case. Oh god, I speak and it,
Caster's curse.
This every time. And is this the pain res? No, already pain res Sin. I think I'm assuming the last pain res is on Variant as well, so he's gonna want to get a pain res usage. He's got to get, Variant down, and might try and get Usab as undetectable here, and is gonna catch someone off guard here, but does go back to the hook as we see everyone is just wanting to play this 50-50 palette, and does try to break it with the iridescent button. This should just be the down here. I don't think even a fastball gets him out of that. And unlucky Variant cannot make it anywhere, and that is the down, and this should in theory be the final pain res going through as well. And there we go. So that's Chad's doing a really good job at playing around these last 3 gens, and really good showing from him.
Yeah, absolutely. Once you get down to that 3v1, things can change very rapidly, as we see they are now. It looks like Claude opting to go for that rescue, which I think was the only move at this point. But Survivor's definitely in a bit more of a tricky situation.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty rough, especially with Chad opting to slug a bit, try and get more pressure, but does seem to be going back to pick up that down. And I would like to add, that was a absolutely perfectly executed mind game before on that building he's at right now. I thought it was magnificent. Fate's going around. We do see Varian, after getting the pickup, so out in the edge map here, and luckily goes down because he has nothing to play. And Chad's going to keep the pressure rolling by slugging, but the gen is still regressing, so no kicks to be had there.
Yeah.
Oh, Sin's out of position as well, and this should just be a down on top of that. Yeah,
I think
2 slugs.
Yeah, I think that this could be endgame. I think that slug on the ace was the beginning of the end here. Chad Knight managing to bring this back from a pretty devastating defeat, I would say. Doing a great job of managing this endgame and just using all of this pressure they've managed to build up. And we know where Claude is now. We've seen the scratch marks.
We see the blood as well, and there it is. Yep, this should just be over. And perfect use of iridescent button here, and that Shack Ballot is gone. Only has the window to play. Is gonna did not fall for the fake, and this should just be fouled down, and that should be the game over.
Yep, that is going to do it. So we are looking at a 4K with 1 gen remaining here in the first half of this set of Votum v Origin. Votum's Chad Knight able to bring it back towards the end. Had a pretty tough start though. Survivors did a great job just cranking on gens and focusing an objective. They did a great job with their saves. Excellent communicating, really great pre-running and everything. So I'll be excited to see how Origin fires back with their killer as well.
Yeah, Origin a really strong early game there, but it sort of just fell apart once Outer was taking out the match, and it sort of just had a domino effect where Outer died and the 1 gen being remaining just sort of stacked up onto each other to where it was really rough for Origin to really get that final gen finish. So, and also just on top of it, Chad's amazing performance this game as the Legion is just shows, and he's just got to try and wrap this up as quick as possible with variants being slugged in God knows where, to be fair. Oh, he's getting a drink.
You know what? Sometimes we all need to just head to the bar and get a drink. Responsibly.
Yeah, and of course, in moderation. Always in moderation.
Always in moderation.
Yeah.
We do see Chad Knight wise to this game, just ready to crush all of Ace's hopes and dreams. And now we see the rogue Ace chasing the Chad Knight. It looks like we're just going to be content to stay here in the street.
Yeah. He's just going to wait to either be found by Chad Knight or bleed out slowly. And for his sake, I hope Chad does find him soon so we don't have to wait an additional minute for him to bleed out. So, should be soon.
Oh, there we go.
There he is. Oh, we do get a Mori for the end of it.
I'm not gonna lie, I hate this Mori, which is so silly because it's like one of the less violent ones, but the way he grabs your ankle with the knife, that like gives me the shakes. But all that said, really wonderful first half of this set. We are gonna take a quick break, swap the lobbies over, and we will be right back. All right, everyone, welcome back to the Heatwave tournament brought to you by Wave League. We are here with the second half of the first set of Origin v Votum. And Hamura, what are you expecting to see from this set?
Well, I'm hoping that Outer can match the performance that we had last game with Chad Knight. And last game we did have in my opinion, Outer was the first domino to what made the 4K at 1 gen for a Chad, but I want to see if he can then sort of flip it and then like end up getting the win for this set. But I'd love to see how strong Votum's survivors are. Obviously his first chase with Sony here, and that is the first injury, so I hope Outer can keep up and get some early game pressure mounted up here.
Yeah, absolutely. I do, again, want to apologize for the audio bug that seems to be happening. We're going to do a quick game restart after this match to see if we can get that fixed, but DVD Spectate can be a little bit buggy. But meanwhile, Outert, trying to get a quick first down, is going to put a stop to any of the progress on that Gallows gen here, and now just kind of looking for the next person. And we do find our dear friend Nia here.
And that is the first injury. Look at the injury on Nia, and Nia was unlucky there. It happened to just get sort of caught out trying to rotate on that weird swing mouse there. I'm assuming he was just going to try and just fake moving away, but swung a bit too late. And ooh, good mind game. Won the 50-50, but isn't going to really matter as that first gen does get finished before the pain resonance is able to come through. So Votum's got a decent start going, but does need to get some more gen pressure going. But as we see, no more gens actually being worked on, so
it looks like
kind of like the opposite.
Lori was on that gen in the field, but got off. I think anticipating they might have to rescue just because there was a reset going on main.
It's sort of like the opposite of last game, where like Origin a really strong start, but sort of fell apart towards the end. Now we've sort of got a slower start, and we do see Never being chased here, and that is another hit. Clown able to get some hits pretty quickly due to those bottles, and isn't going to chase, instead just going to go for that gen pressure, or perhaps going to try and tunnel out Nia. Yeah, we're going to try and get this tunnel going. Which, if we can get it really quickly, this will be really good early game pressure. That is the down. But this might just be really easy tunnel out for Outer here. And if we can get it, then Votum's going to have a big trouble if someone gets killed really early on.
Yeah, absolutely. Putting Nia on that nice central hook there. That was a really great, quick second down on Nia. I think you're right. I think that tunnel out may be inevitably coming through, which is going to put our survivors in a very difficult position with 4 generators left to do, immediately turning back to hook, and it looks like we are correct that tunnel out is going to be happening pretty quickly.
Yeah. Nia got unhooked, and he immediately turned around, locked on to the hook there, like, straight on, like, this is, like, average Nemesis levels of tunneling. Like, immediately unhooked, turns around to immediately go after it, and it's a bit. I do think I hear some Nia grunts of pain as the second gen gets done. We do see Sodi try to take some hits, but Outer never mind, he is interested. I was about to say he's not interested, but clearly I was wrong. I'm just gonna make the Claudette there go get a heal, and the Moses is in a bit of trouble here. That was a beautiful direct hit there. That's gonna play a bit of a 50-50 here, and this might, it's regen, so this will be the first kill most likely, so it's looking tough for Votum to try and get this, through it. And yeah, it should just be Nia dead. It's going, no flashlight, so yeah, that is really good pressure going through from Outer, so this is looking like it's going to be a rough one for Votum to try and either, like, put a tie to this one, in all fairness.
Yeah, absolutely. Outer doing a really great job getting that Nia out so quick. There is still some progress on gens, but not as much as our survivors probably would have hoped. Outer doing a great job of pressuring the survivors off gens, forcing them to try and save their Nia, which they were unfortunately unable to do. Really, really, really strong start here.
Yeah, and Outer is fiending to keep this pressure going as he goes after Laurie here at the water tower, and it's almost pressure up. Goes to sweep. Ooh, unlucky there. Pretty close it seems, but Laurie's got some good reaction. I do see someone has got onto that gallows gen that the hit goes through. And I'm just gonna, go towards the gens possibly, or are we keeping on Laurie? No, we're going to gen. We do know that there was up here. We do know Claudette is exposed after that dragon's grip, so if Outer is lucky enough, he can get there and get a quick down. Do you see the pre-drop? Question is Claudette still exposed? I imagine the exposed should have run out by now. We are playing a bunch of 50s as Claudette's taking these 50-50s and barely whiffs that. We're going to see it. Christ, this Claudette is winning every single 50-50 on this single pallet, and that gives a lot of dice false as well. We're still winning every 50-50. My God, this Claudette will not stop. Do you have a pallet here? Or no, it's down. Doesn't make it. It was exposed still, actually.
Wow.
Pretty good. Even although, to be fair, with how well Claudette was playing that 50-50 pallet, I don't think that insta down really mattered entirely too much, because they're playing that 50-50 like an absolute gamer there.
Yeah, that was really fun to see. Definitely bringing some good vibes to the Claudette family name with that one.
We are bringing some we're bringing a good name to Claudette mains, it seems, which is I'm all for. And that was a really quick unhook as well. And the question is, Outer going to try and get another tunnel out, or is he just going to amount as much pressure as possible by spreading as much, downs, injuries, and whatnot? Doesn't force that pallet. We do hear, I believe that was Laurie touching that gen with Dragon Script once more, so Never's got to be careful not to get exposed. But yeah, we are going for the tunnel angle here on Claudette, but doesn't have anything to play. Do we take a hit in time? No, doesn't make
so
it.
Close.
Outer gives Ace a little bit of a nod there. A little bit of BM just going like, yeah, you couldn't make the fit save. We're going to get a blind on the hook, though, is the question. I really hope we do. Well, we do see Ace being chased as well. Good rhymes there, actually. And we do see a free drop as well. And is I was going to keep chasing. No, he's going to pressure the Gen, which is on a really good play, because as soon as that caller gets unhooked, I imagine it's tunnel time number 2.
Yeah, absolutely. Survivor's in a very, very tough position. The Gen they're working on so close to hook. It's just so easy for Outer to be defending both of these things at the same time here. They've got to get clawed, unfortunately, or they will be in even bigger trouble. But I think Outer has this pretty well locked down.
Yeah, and on top of that, one thing that makes it really tough is he's chasing Ace, but on top of that, from what I heard, Laurie's also exposed for the time being due to a bit of Dragon's Grip, so going for Unhook would be pretty rough for Laurie for the possibility of being insta-down. We might trade, no. In all honesty, Outer could just proxy this last bit of hook here and wait till Claude dies, yeah?
Yeah,
he's going to be securing this second kill, and it should be going through right now, so this should, in theory, be the end of the game. We got to... So, Votum's got to try and get maybe one more gen done. If not, then Origin's just going to take this set quite handily.
Yeah, absolutely. Outer doing a really great job of pressuring Survivors. And now it's just a matter of where do we go next.
Yeah, and also on top of that, these 4 gens are relatively close to each other. Like, you can basically see at least 3 of them where sudden doesn't have to go far for the last one, so it's going to be really tough for them to get one more gen finish. Isn't even going to be able to... Although, to be fair, that gen that Laurie is on is nearly run out of kicks. But we do see Ace being chased here, and that is the down. We do know where the Laurie is, but he's just going to take this hook, and Laurie should still be exposed for a little bit longer, so this should just be over, I believe. Yeah, and a pain res on top of that.
And
insult
exposed.
So, oh, I think, yeah, Laurie's just given up on that part. Don't blame him. The game was pretty much over in that point.
Wow, dominating performance, though, by Outer, just really able to come in and kind of drive the game from the very beginning. Also worth noting, some really clutch bottle throws. Their accuracy was wild.
Yeah, he's got some great bottle throws, as he's going to maybe test some out now. He's got some time to kill before, you know, everyone dies on their first hook, so it's just going to be, you know, throwing bottles around. Having a bit of spin. I think he's having a bit too much to drink. And yeah, so this was really strong showing from Outer, and I expect more of that from these next 2 sets. So I'm really looking forward to how these next ones are going to go. What about you two?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, really strong showing from Origin on both Survivor and Killer. Votum gonna have a little bit more work to do. They're gonna have to keep their mental up. But I mean, this was pretty close in both rounds, you know, and that's the best kind of games. Like, seeing games where the teams feel fairly evenly matched is really, really fun to watch. So I am anticipating another close set of matches in the second round. And maybe if we're lucky, we'll get a third round.
Yeah, I entirely agree with this. I sort of expected to go to the third set because one thing I can tell is Origin's can get some real good pressure going with the gens, but it's got some good chase going on their side. So I see it going like either way, but that is the end of this set. So really good showing overall from both teams, but unlucky for Votum as our Outer just played extremely well on the Clown.
Yeah, absolutely. And with all that said, we're going to take a quick break while we swap the lobby and killers and all that, and we will be back in just a minute.
Alright, and we are back with the second set of this triple set that we've got on today. We've now got the Campbell's Chapel, we've got the Origin on Plague this match, and we've got a pretty good set to come off the back of from, you know, a really good showing from Outer that last game. We've got, you know, variant on the Killers time. And T, do you think that we're going to see a good show, continue to see a good showing from Origin, or do you think Votum's going to be able to pull it back for this one?
Well, that's a great question. I think, I mean, I think Origin, I don't know. These teams have both played really well today so far. It was a pretty close match the first round. They're playing two very different killers this second round. So I think, I mean, it's just going to depend on who has the better communication, Survivor side. And, you know, of course, RNG is going to play into it a little bit. But I think these are going to be close games.
Yeah, that was the best answer you really could have given of not really having an answer, because these guys really are, like, pretty close in skill, and we do have to have a slower start this game because it's Plague and with Corrupt, so we are stealthing out the first start of this match, so this might end up being a longer match of this set, so we're not going to see much thrilling stuff for now, at the very least.
Yeah, absolutely. And it looks like, you know, Survivor's content to just kind of stealth out this Corrupt intervention, which something that we are all too familiar with in the competitive scene here. But it looks like Ace has, in fact, been found out just now.
Yeah, he happened to look at Variant was in the same area that Ace was, and Ace was, for some reason, just sat in the same spot as the corrupted gens, which I don't think was the greatest idea, and my stream's like, there we go. Okay, now it was just Variant going for the chase on Ace, dropping a good few pallets, but I imagine we've got Votum getting some good pressure from this, and I don't think Variant makes his pallet. Oh, never mind. Ace makes his pallet, and Variant does get her down, letting it that pallet fall, and relatively quick down for a Plague match, I'd say, but really good play from Variant there.
Absolutely, and we'll check in on our survivors to see where they are at. Also, I do believe we have fixed that audio bug, and I apologize again for that. But in the meantime, Ace is going to be hanging out on Hook while Plague looks for a new friend to play with.
Of course, we need more friends for this one, and to be able to get this to a bit more of a, hopefully, faster-paced match, Variant does need to find another person soon, or else, you know, Votum's going to get some pretty good pressure mounted up early, especially against a Plague. If you get early pressure and make sure you don't free-gen, then it's not that hard a match. And no, we do see the tunnel onto Ace here. That was a beautifully executed fast vault there, and it's going to end up taking Variant to Shack side, which is got a pretty good set. We do see a 4-lane here and Shack, but he's going to go throw up on the gen, just you know, make sure no one's on it, and that was a really quick pre-drop of that pallet, and Variant is choosing to get a perfectly placed corrupted pool there, and if Ace isn't careful, he's gonna get down.
Yeah,
that was, yeah, and it does seem like Ace was trying to hold a bit of a check spot there, but Variant was, I think, perfectly out of sight and gets that down pretty clear. Now that's Ace on second stage, and no gens done either. This is looking mighty rough so far. If Variant get a kill at 5 gens, then it's going to be really hard for Votum to, you know, get a good result from this match if that is the case. But I am expecting to get 1 gen done on at least the Carnival side, because I believe Claudette is over there, so this probably won't be a 5-genner like match, but this is Glory is going to the comp corner.
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
Plague vomit.
Dodging.
Someone needs to fix that. That looked like it hit the second time.
Plague's vomit either looks like it was supposed to hit, or it wasn't supposed to hit, or, you know, it's weird. Anyway, there's the first gen finally getting finished, and I imagine Variant's going to be looking for the Ace here to try and get him out of the game, and if we can get it out now, then Votum might have a tough spot, being a really tough spot. We do see him at Shack holding those check spots, just mind games, and in very Ace does make this, and he does commit to the fast vault, but that is live coming through there, and does get a bit distance towards the main building, but I don't know how long Ace is gonna last for here. Don't know if he makes that window. Does, but we do need the first bit of blood loss going through here, so this might be the down very soon. We do see the Claudette stick up the fast. That was a beautiful fast vault there. Doesn't get the blinder, but not have an angle as the second gen gets finished. And big old mind game there, but Ace didn't vault the window. Well played there. This Ace is playing out of his mind because he is going to die. Doesn't have a pallet here.
Oh, wow.
So Ace, very sort of a spot because he's spending way too long on the chase here, and he's even got Claudette to back him up. So this is going to be really up, but does have a perfectly placed corruptible once more. So Varian's got to get this down soon, hopefully, or else too much pressure is going to be mounted up here. So we've got to find Ace somewhere. Oh, he's in the wrong spot. He's not quiet enough. He's too loud, and that's the down in the edge map. And he should be able to face the wall, so no chance of a flashlight save. And that is Ace down, but they did get an extra gen on there and should have some more gen pressure going through in the other gens though. Yeah. That is them tripling
Oh my
gen.
gosh.
Actually, no,
that's two different gens. Oh my god, and just like that, Votum coming through strong with the gen pressure. That Ace chase, that was so critical to them getting that much work done. That was wild. And even with the Claude running behind the whole time to body block, they still were able to get 2 more gens done. This has suddenly become a much different game.
Yeah, it seems that Votum has in fact flipped this match on its head because Varian had a really good early game there, but Ace was able to loop extremely well, and we don't even have a free gen here anymore, I believe. And well, actually, it's somewhat of a free gen, but it's gonna be pretty hard to defend because of that main gen being up those stairs. So Varian's in a tough spot despite it being a 3v1.
Yeah, absolutely. It can be, getting to that 3v1 is so critical for killers, but there can be some drawbacks, and in pursuing that 3v1 so hard, they were just able to capitalize on it and get so much pressure. Now, granted, that Ace ran really well, and Claude was there to help, and so, it's not like Ace didn't do a great job, but sometimes focusing on the 3v1, it has its drawbacks.
Yeah, and Ace was... I think he could have looped for longer, but he just got unlucky with trying to make distance with Claude distracting and got caught out in the wrong spot. But if he was able to execute that perfectly, then this game would most likely have been over. So at least Variant's got that going for him in this situation, but does have Laurie able to be told out here. If you get to a 2v1, then, Variant's got a even better chance here, actually, because that is another kill on top of that with no chance of a flashlight save.
Yeah, absolutely not. But Claude was there. Claude was ready to try.
Claude, it's always good to try sometimes, but now Claude's being chased, so Claude's got to perhaps try to look for a gen, but it's probably unlikely. Yeah,
no, we're going
Baron's not even going to humor him with a chase there, and it's just going to drop. And yeah, this is looking pretty rough for Votum here to even get this last gen done with a 2v1 versus Plague. It's gonna be rough.
I don't know that I foresee them getting another gen done, but to be honest, I'm just impressed that they got the first 4. I really thought that this was gonna be like a 1 gen game, maybe. But they've done such a great job of coming back from this. They've set their killer up for a pretty great round. It's just gonna be a matter of if they are able to match Variant's very strong Plague gameplay.
Yeah, it was really strong Plague gameplay here with the really good pressure. Obviously early on it was really good, and then the mid game was a bit rough with Ace being able to look so good. But this end game scenario here, obviously no gen's gonna probably be done, but he's actually doing really well with his pressure and is not humoring anyone with a chaser and is just trying to keep his gen pressure up and does go for the pickup here. And you see Colette just sitting around the carnival, just sort of waiting for the hook to come through here, because it is pretty unlikely that the final gen gets probably even halfway, I imagine.
So if you're Claude in this situation, are we rescuing? Are we trying to stealth and get Hatch? What are you... Well, we do have quite a long time on hook, so stealthing may not really be the option here. But what would
yeah,
you...
plus... Oh.
What would you be doing in this situation?
Well, the problem is it's going to be really rough, especially in this situation, because if you try and hide, you're not exactly the quietest while fully infected against plague, because obviously you not only got your grunt of pain while you're injured, you've also got your throwing up noises and your coughing, so it's going to be really hard for Claude to even attempt to stealth. So it's sort of like damned if you do, damned if you don't, because either way you're probably getting found if you're in the wrong spot.
Yeah, absolutely. Claude doing a great job so far, though. Taking it slow, being really, really patient.
Yeah, and honestly, right now, I can't really tell whether Claude's going to actually go for the save, or is just stealthing. I think it is the latter, however, trying to wait for the teammate to die on this hook, and is positioned at Shack, which is a bit risky, because Variant might just expect this. Because, obviously, we know Hatch will be at Shack, so it's going to be rough for Claude to even, like, try to get the Hatch.
Yeah,
so.
I think Claude is about to be in a significant amount of trouble here. Oh, but they are going for that rescue. I honestly think that that's the right decision.
Yeah, I think that's a good play. And I think we're just using Champion of Light to just move faster without leaving scratch marks, but it doesn't really mean much when you're being as noisy as possible. Oh, does win that mind game from Variant. A really strong showing there from that mind game, and is going to try and wrap this up as quick as possible by looking for Nia, who might be trying to get the pickup as early as possible here.
Yeah, absolutely. I kind of think that's the way to go. I mean, the longer you're both up, the better. I think at this point, getting the last gen done is just not going to happen, and I think they're not expecting to try and do that. I think they're trying to go for a hatch play here in some fashion.
Most certainly, that's what we are going for, because there is absolutely no chance that a final gen's being done here. We do seem like, well, Nine's pretty much there, but Variant's probably not going to humor him with like a long chase. Yeah, not even going to. No, is going to go for Claudette here. Probably just faking moving away and trying with some big mind games here. And it does work out. That was well played from Variant there. They're just going to take the pickup here and go for this hook. And Nia's
doing danger.
Have they given up perhaps, or I think they might have.
What?
Oh.
No shot.
Huh?
No shot. I'm sorry. What? What are we doing?
Oh, I think Nia has just given up, and I think he's just chasing the killer here. Yeah, it looks that way.
Wild.
Yeah, I feel like they just don't want to waste too much time and just want to get it over and done with it. Honestly, I don't blame them. They've got really no chance of getting anything else here.
Fair enough. I mean, fair enough.
Yeah. Oh, wait. I thought you could Mori in this point, can you not?
I think the other survivor has to be dead, I think.
Oh, wait, I think that has to be second stage for you to be able to Mori the other survivor, yeah. I forget how that works, but then that is it done. Really good showing from a Variant there with the 4K at 1 gen, and pretty good job from Votum there, but they just couldn't get it with the amount of pressure Variant was able to mount up early game.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know what? It is incredibly rare that we see survivors just say, please, let's end it in a competitive game. So frankly, that in and of itself, Variant, well done.
Yeah, you make a good point there.
And that is going to do it for the first half of the second set. We are going to take a quick second, swap the lobbies. We will be right back with the second half. All right, everybody, welcome back to potentially the last set of the day for our semifinals, but hopefully not. Votum versus Origin. We just saw Origin's chance at Killer, and based on that music, I think it's pretty safe to say that we are about to see a Wesker match. Are you excited? How do you feel about Wesker?
I heckin' love Wesker. I myself am a Wesker main, and I am looking forward to this, and I'm just ready. Every part of me is ready for a Wesker game. I love it, and I love this skin in particular. I'm sorry, I'm nerding out about Wesker.
I love
Let's
this.
go back to actually the comp stuff. So, we're getting power here, be able to hopefully, wants to do better than what Variant did last game, and the early game pressure is probably going to be a bit faster for Origin here, purely because you don't have to wait out Plague early game, and there is still Corrupt, but there's less to sort of wait out. You don't have to wait out Sickness on a gen. You still have to wait out Corrupt, but this early game should be a bit more fast paced, and I'm hoping to see some spicy Wesker stuff from Power Heroes. We do see Outer being chased first, and this might be a first hit. Yeah, this will be the first hit. We're going to just take the M1 instead of greeting for the M2 here, which is probably just a better play to do, and that is a pretty good break, zoning Outer over here to pretty much comp corner here, and yeah, well played from Power here, and that is a first gen done, however, so we do see Origin actually have good pressure to start off with, but Power is going to be able to get a pain res here, so should be able to alleviate some pressure at the very least.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry about that, having a little bit of a technical issue, but I think we are all set now. Sorry about that.
It's alright, we look good now. So, we got some decent pressure from both sides. We got it down relatively quickly, but not quick enough to stop one gen from being done. So, Origin's got some good pressure on those generators, but they got to keep it up here, and who knows, maybe Outer will be getting tunneled once more from that last set we had, so it could be likely for Outer to not get to play much Dead by Day on the Survivor side again.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like we are going to be coming right back to this unhook, and we are going to be pursuing that 3v1 as soon as possible, as is so frequently the case in these kinds of games. Nadu doing a great job of running here, but unfortunately not a ton of resources to work with, and I think that this second down...
Perfect drop.
Really nice drop.
Power got unlucky because his second dash before got blocked by Maurice's forehead, so pretty unlucky, but we do see... Yeah, no, Power's in the... sorry. Outer's in the exact same place as last time, so it should just be the down again, so... There's Eruption, and I'm getting a bit of deja vu from this exact spot where Outer... we do see two survivors doubling that gen, and second one gets done, and I imagine that gen that's being doubled, is getting finished right now. So, Origin's got some really strong pressure going on, and this is looking really rough for Power. He needs to get, get lucky with some slugs, perhaps, or else this might be over.
Yeah, absolutely. We need some snowball potential here for sure. Definitely a rough start. I don't know if there's a whole lot we can do to come back from this at this point. It's certainly not impossible, but this is definitely a really rough position for Power to be in.
Yeah, he's going to have to hope that some members of Origin make some mistakes, and I think it's pretty unlikely because from what we've seen so far, Origin's a really strong team on both sides, so Power's got to hope for some mistakes, or else it might be over, because those gen spreads are also extremely good, so no real chance of a pre-gen possibility either.
Yeah, this is definitely tough. I mean, again, it's not impossible, but like you said, Origin survivors have just been playing so well all day, and it feels like they are just incredibly confident in what they're doing. They're playing really, really cleanly, and yeah, I don't know what we do here.
Yeah, and just before that injury, we did see Outer have an absolutely amazing dodge from the tentacle there, and we do see he is able to play main building, and with main building on Chapel can be really strong, but opting to play one of these filler pals instead, pre-dropping it. We do see Sin lurking nearby, and this might be down. We do see a body block, and
wow,
doesn't get the hit on Outer, but that is the double hit though, so Outer is in deep wounds, and yeah, it's looking pretty rough. And we do see, I feel like there was Ace nearby as well, and Oh wait, he's insta-downable. Yeah, there's insta-down,
that all you
but he isn't able to go for that tunnel out yet though. So,
And
we do see another gem.
as I was about to say, just as suspected, I was wondering where Claudette's been because we've not seen her, and surely she is sitting on a generator. But Powa knows and is coming over to try and put a stop to that. Powa is going to have to work really, really hard to prevent another gen from going.
Yeah, because like he would need to. Ooh, beautiful Wesker grab. This is what I live for, baby. That was an absolutely perfect dash, and it's going to just keep this chase going. So I'm going back towards the hook, and let's see, is he gonna be able to down? Oh, what another one again! Chronic
Wow.
getting absolutely styled on with these dashes. Power, absolutely really strong on Wesker, from what I can tell. So. Honestly, if he keeps this going, might have a chance, but it is still be incredibly tough, though.
Yeah, absolutely. The question is anybody on a generator? The answer is no. So Powa has a shot here.
Yeah, genuinely, I was expecting Origin to have more pressure going. We do see a really big pre-drop on Jack. We do see switch. Oh, unlucky, just slid off of Ace's back there. And is changing targets to go for it. It didn't get far enough. It didn't just bump on that wall there, but can't really force him anyway because obviously has Shaq and decides to W to the Shaq, so not really a good place to chase. And I imagine that Carnival Gen Claudette was on is probably what's been done. Good mind game. Is this the down Sin though? It might be, and we do see Claudette screaming a bit. She's making use of that scene partner. Only wish they were playing Steve, in my opinion.
Oh god, we love a Steve honk here. Honking Steve is just where it's at.
Yeah, I'm a Steve main, so I run that like 99% of my matches. So if I saw that now, this would be the perfect match in my mind. But we do see no one actually going for Gen, so the gen pressure is sort of grinded to a halt. We do see obviously a reset going in, but no gen pressure means that, yeah, Powa does have a good shot. If he can just get like Variant out of the game, then he might be able to just win this one, but still rough because Origin is a strong survivor team. You see, actually that is Variant go for the unhook risky, if I would say. And it's going to go for Sin instead of just going for Variant, but this should theoretically be a free down, though.
Yeah, absolutely. And it looks like not quite in time for that body block.
Yeah. Oh, was that flash firecracker? No, he was just driving on by and had a spray in his hand. Maybe it was going for a firecracker, but just forgot he can't drop it via the spray. I can't really tell what was going on there, but Variant is just sticking around and doesn't make the vault in time. If it was a vault, then he would have actually be able to get a free hit there, most likely, but I imagine we've got some gen pressure going on from Claudette and Renato, probably in the background somewhere. There's got to be some gens being done, like, soon.
It looked like there were two that they were working on. I'm just not sure how much progress. The one that Claude had has regressed quite a bit, I believe. And then there was another one that Renato was working on, but the hook was quite nearby.
Yeah, and Powa has opted to sort of just proxy both this hook and the gen that he knows was progress. As Varian does drop. Oh, we do see that kill gen. Oh, no,
Powa, you can't do this. You can't afford this, my friend. Oh, no.
Plus, there are two separate gens. Yeah,
that's it, I think.
Yeah, no, this is most likely the end. Let's see. Because even if he does try to press one gen, the other's going to pop either way. It doesn't really matter. It's just going to camp Sin to death, but it's not really going to amount to much. Does get the injury, but that is one gen done. I imagine the second is soon to follow. There it is, as Sin does go down, and that is the end game coming through. And yeah, that's really it at the end of the day, is it not?
That is it, which means that Origin is going to be moving forward from these semifinals. Votum also played incredibly well, but it was definitely Origin's day from the first round to this round. They've just been on top of it. Their killer game was really strong, and more impressively, their survivors are crazy good. They knew exactly what they needed to do. They sat the gens. They had incredibly good call-outs, good body blocks. They just played so well.
Yeah, they had both They had both sides on lock, and I love that little play from Power. They're trying to get sneaky here and climb through that window, but unlucky. It doesn't really matter, but maybe try and get some style points here. Does hit Varian. Maybe we could get a second kill as a consolation prize, perhaps.
Yeah, absolutely. It would be nice. We are still gonna play for best result, obviously. I think we get this ace.
Yeah. Let's go into the corner. No, he's giving him the door. No, but he's giving him the door.
He is. He said, you know what? You can just go have that door. You want the door? Have the door.
It's all yours. Take it. Oh, I hope. Do we get to see a Wesker Mori? I would love for that. If he pushes him out, we could see a. Power's slowly inching forward. I think Outer must be terrified. Yep, scared him off from that.
Run away, Claude.
Oh, wait,
Can he get Claude?
Oh, wait. Wait. Is it free?
Oh my
it's
God.
Free of them. Yup.
Let's
Consolation
go.
prize.
7 minutes is
He can only spare 7 minutes, however.
Let's
He
go,
can spare.
Power. You know
Let's
what?
go.
Votum may not have won, but this is a good way to end this game. Really well done. Getting that extra kill is definitely appreciated.
Yes, should be getting a variant wherever he is. Probably, hopefully, we get to see a bit of a Mori as well, or just on top of that. And I have no idea where variants crawl off to. Oh, he's just crawling towards the door. Should be found soon, because I believe he can be Mori'd now because Devour is on second stage. So
Power, go back to the door.
Power, please.
Power, go back to the door. Power.
Wait,
Power, where are you?
He's at shack!
Oh my God! Go back to the door, man! What are you
Power?
doing?
There's a kill right there. It's all yours.
I'm gonna scream. He gets there, I think, right? He
Give
gets
me
there.
this man's Discord right now so I can just talk to him. Tell him, go kill this ace right now. Please. That's what, if he doesn't find this ace.
No, there it is.
Oh, wait. There it is. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I was also gonna say that. Oh, not the wall!
Oh, not the wall.
Not the wall!
Not the infrastructure. Oh, well.
Well, it has been a really wonderful semifinal. Congratulations again to both teams, but extra GGs to Origin, who will be moving on from the semifinal. That is going to do it for us today. Our next match is going to be tomorrow afternoon at the same time. But in the meantime, Homura, can you tell the lovely people where they can find you?
Well, you can find me on Twitch at Homura9205. I don't have a goddamn schedule, but if you don't mind popping in, I don't mind it. So, but anyways, enough about this. This was really well played from both sides, and I hope everyone can make it for the next match tomorrow, and, you know, GG's both teams, and well played.
Yep, and if you want to come hang out with me at all, you can find me at twitch.tv/itsbubbletea. I stream in the afternoons, like 5 to 6 days a week, Tuesday through Saturday, and I would love to see you, so come hang out. I have a poodle. She's great. If you don't want to stay for me, stay for the poodle. But in the meantime, that is going to do it, friends. Thank you again so much. We hope you have a wonderful rest of your Saturday, and we will see you tomorrow.